Alright, what's up YouTube, HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with the next of deck profiles from Infinity Chasers, and it is the Infinitrack. So, this is the all-earth machine archetype in the set, and I decided to splash it with another archetype, and I think it's time to ride some trains because the train monsters literally just fit into this deck completely, and it's so fun to run. Like, I like the train engine. It's just nothing but big beat sticks, and then you can just skill drain everything and not really worry about it. That's kind of part of the reason why I'm skill drain still at one. So yeah, it's a crazy deck. It's really funny how when everyone was great, a lot of people were saying, I don't like Cyber Dragon, I'm tired of Cyber Dragon, I want some different type of machine deck, and bam, we finally got what we asked for, a different variation of machines. I like machines. I do. I think they're really good type and they have a lot of variations because I think of so many of them, and I've played most of them. Honestly, I've tried to play most of them too. So, without further ado, let's get into my Infinitrack trains. So, for the Infinitrack monsters, I'm running 2 copies of Tunneler, 2 copies of Crab Crane, 3 copies of Treacher, 3 copies of Anchor Drill, and 3 copies of Harvester. For the trains, I'm running 2 copies each of Night Express Night, 2 copies of Super Express Bullet Train, and Heavy Freight Train, Thistle Train. And then, of course, I could not leave out Runway Rail Car Flying Pegasus. And just for some little added spice and tech, I threw in 2 jumbo drills. Alright, so that is the monster lineup for the spells. I'm running 3 copies of Urgent Schedule, 2 copies of Under Trigger Expansion, 2 copies of the Field Spell Revolving Switch Yard, 2 copies of Terraforming, 2 copies of Pot of Desires, Regeki, and 1 Dark Hole. And then for the only traps in the deck, I'm running 3 copies of Infinity Impermanence. I get this card's name wrong all the time, but Infinity, because it's pretty much who's on the cover, and it's pretty much what the first name is. Alright, so for the extra deck, I tried to keep it as simple as possible. I'm running 2 copies of Infinitrack Goliath, 2 copies of Malice Radiant, 2 copies of Clifford Genius, 2 copies of the first of the 3 Exceed monsters, Infinitrack River Steamer, 2 copies of Infinitrack Mountain Smasher, 2 copies of Infinitrack Earth Slicer, and then one each of the big Super Dreadnought monsters. I'm having 1 copy of Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, 1 copy of number 81 Super Rail Cannon Super Dora, and 1 copy of Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Lebre. So, with this archetype combination, everyone here is Earth Machine. So when you look at the whole lineup, if I dropped in a skill drain, this deck is nothing but beaters. That is pretty much what it is. Stop the monster effects. Here comes the beat sticks. And the unique thing about the Infinitrack monsters is you contribute an Earth Machine monster to special summon it from the hand in defense. So at that point, all you really need to do is exceed summon and go into one of their either heavy defensive monsters or one of their heavy strong attack monsters and be perfectly fine. And I like not only the design of all these monsters, but I love what their Exceed monsters do. Now I can't really speak for their Link monsters because unfortunately I did try really hard with Megaclops, but Megaclops just takes so much to summon. That's really crazy. So then I had like at a point said, okay, well, what other variation of the deck can I run? And I was like, well, let's run the Cleavefort. Let's do the Cleavefort setup because it revolves around Earth machines. And because I have level 5 or higher Earth machines, I can utilize all the effects of Cleavefort Genius. So that was part of the reason why I decided to go in for the the only Klee monster I'm running because every other Klee monster I can't run. Like I wanted to do the pendulum setup to summon all these monsters, but the problem was Klee Force lock you out of summoning anything that isn't a Klee. So if I didn't want to splice in like our social summon monsters, I could because the pendulum monsters cut you off from it because of their pendulum effect, and their effect can't be negated. So yeah, that was like the only downfall to it. But I decided to say, okay, we'll run the Cleaver Genius, and I threw in the Malice Radiant for the additional attack buff, and then the recovery effect. And then I love Goliath because Goliath synergizes well with the Link monsters. Um, I mean, with the Exceed monsters, because you can just put it under the monsters, and then give them the effect of they can't be destroyed by battle. Ooh, excuse me. So that's really. I wanted to run 3. I think I would have ran 3 and probably cut a Malice Radiant just because of the fact that this does have more synergy than Radiant. The Radiant's just here so I can have access to different areas on the board. Now, as far as the main deck goes, the only card I'm probably still questioning myself is these Pot of Desires. Just because I don't want to lose 10 cards and not be able to get them back. And what if I end up losing the multiple copies of one particular card that I really would need? But the only reason why it's here is just because of the fact that I didn't really see enough draw power in the current game right now outside of Extravagance. And because this deck has such a need for a hand, I didn't want to put in Card of Demise. I think it would have been a bad choice. I could have ran out of Star Goblin, but that's at 1. And there isn't really much recovery within machines itself to get more draw power. So I just decided to say, okay, run the pots and just see how far you can go with it. If not, I could just win it. You can just, if you're gonna build this deck, in my opinion, I would probably take these out or probably put in Pot of Extravagance and just fill the deck up with multiple cards, so that way you can at least have the option to get into them, because it's pretty much what, an exchange of 6 for 2 each time you play Pot of Extravagance. So the most likely you'll probably play 2 copies of Extravagance over the 2 Pot of Desires and still not really hurt your extra deck, because you'll still probably have more options if needed. But it is at random, so be very careful. This is the best option I can say about that. The Terraformings is here to help to get the Switch Away. The Switch Away is pretty much to help get a lot of the level 10s when you start summoning them. I'm really, like I said, I'm not really using the trains outside of anything but an Exceed summon, because I like how Libri, Dora, and Gustav work as high level machine monsters, and I'm really enjoying having them as an option. So that's why I wanted to stick in the train engine, because the trains are just really good monsters, really heavy attackers. Not much stuff can get over them, and they can just really just run over stuff if possible. And then as far as the Infinitrack monsters go themselves, you have Infinitrack Tunneler, who is your Pot of Avarice. Sending 5 machine monsters back into your deck, shuffled, and draw 2. And I think it banishes itself. Yeah, it does banish itself. A lot of these archetypes have a lot of the whole banish situation, which kind of I question was, are any of them getting more support to where they can deal with the banish area, so that they can retrieve a lot of themselves? I hope so, because I don't want to lose out on them, but I also feel like, because I'm reading the Exceed monsters, I know them have a real reaction to stuff banishing itself either, so that's like the only real downside to it. But hey, if you can get a Pot of Avarice effect out of a monster, go for it. The 2 Crane is simply just because you want to get to the out trigger expansion, and I'll go more into that in just a second, but that's pretty much why it's here. Treacher is able to target a level 5 or lower Infinitrack monster in grave and social something to the board in defense, and then you can trigger a lot of their effects, because thankfully it does not negate them. When it comes to the Anchor Drill and Harvester pretty much have the same ability. They can target another machine type monster, and then you guys combine the total original level of the 2 cards, and they become the same. So you can go into a lot of your Exceeds with a lot more ease. That's also why I put in the Jumbo Drill. Because I like this Jumbo Drill pretty much makes himself a rank of level 5 and another monster at level 5 when he's level summoned. And then you guys can go into more rank 5s there. I wanted to combine Jumbo Drill with Anchor Drill, but then I read Jumbo Drill, and Jumbo Drill says it's only when his normal summoned he increases the level. So it's kind of a backfire, and I do feel because I don't know how that will work. If I summon the Anchor Drill, if I summon the Jumbo Drill, and then I use Jumbo Drill's effect, and then Anchor's effect will because it only copies original level, so I don't know if I'll still get the bonus of the increase by 1. But in any case, heck, I still can summon, of course, um, River Steamer and get River Steamer's effects off. So it's not too bad of a card either. Then looking at the rest of it, for the most part, like I said, the machines are here, and I have Pegasus to help me get to the machines. Speaking of helping me get to the machines, the urgent schedule will help me get to a lot more of my machines. I probably at that point would just link something with them if I can't declare an attack the turn I activate this card, and most of the time I'm probably just using it during the end phase anyway. Yeah, because I can't attack that with machines. Nope, they're pretty much set, except for Malice Radiant, but that's just here because of the 500 boost to Earth monsters. That's in the recovery effect. Otherwise, all my machines are doing the attacking. I can go get my Pegasus. I can go get one of my heavy machines. And are their effects negated? Yeah, their effects negated, but that's fine because I can distribute them to summon the sun from the hand. Or I can get Anchored, and Anchor can make their levels change, and then bam. Or I can use Jumbo Drill on Pegasus, and then Pegasus and Jumbo Drill can exceed, and then I can go into more monsters from there, and go into more stuff from there, and there, and there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, because the only other card I can talk about is Infinity, and Infinity is just here as a hand trap, because I'm not running any hand traps in this deck. I can, like, splash some in, or put some in the side deck, and that'll help out. Talking about the extra deck, for the most part, I did talk about the Genius, the Goliath, and stuff. Steam Rover has its effect to detach your material, take an Earth machine in your deck, and either add it to your hand or put it in your grave, so that helps set up for the other monsters. Mountain Smasher has the ability to detach your material from itself to gain 1,000 attack, and if this card's in the graveyard, I can contribute a machine link monster to special summon into the field. In defense position, because that's a really good defense as well. And then we have the Earth Slicer. Earth Slicer destroys an opponent's monster by battle. It attaches it to itself as material, and then I can attach any number of material from this card to destroy any number of cards my opponent controls. And if it's in the graveyard, I contribute a machine type link monster and send it to the field. That's part of the reason why I want to go back up to 3 Goliaths, or maybe go to 3 Goliaths in 3 Geniuses, because I contribute either Genius or the Goliath and go from there. And then, of course, the effects of all 3 of the Super Dreadnoughts are just amazing. Monster destruction, destruction of like, you pretty much just have heavy beaters. That's pretty much what these guys are. And Labrie is actually someone I can just put on top of a rank 10 machine monster, and I really care, because if Gustav's on the field, I'm going to go for a Labrie. And if that was ever the case, then heck, I could just run 2 Gustavs or 2 Dora and still be perfectly okay, because this thing is awesome. I love the artwork on Labrie. That is an amazing card. I think it's the second highest card out of Sisters of Roses, because I think the next card next to it is Harpie Perfumer, and her price. But that is pretty much it for my Infinitrack deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy it, and let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for when I upload or am on live streaming, so you guys can check that out. And thank you guys so much for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.